Okay, everybody ready? Have your water ready, your pen ready, know how to take a screenshot. There's going to be a ton of great information, and I'm going to spew it out as fast as I can. As soon as Max lets me go. I got permission. All right, here we go. Make sure my slides are working. Here we go. All right, we're going to go from chaos to calm. By the end of this webinar, you're going to have all the information to do that. And we're here to support you in every way possible. And I tell you what, I'm doing this more for me than I am for you, but it's a habit we all need to get into. Let's just take 3 big, deep breaths. Just grounding myself here because I want to be my very, very best because your dog is depending on me to get this information to you. And it means the world to me. It's what I live for. So let's take everyone from chaos to calm. There's 3 secrets to a happier, well-behaved dog and a peaceful home. Not asking you to do anything major. It's simple. It's easy. That's the first thing I want you to get in your mind. We're not going to complicate this at all. We're going to reduce the chaos. We're going to rebuild the trust with our dogs and enjoy our life as we're supposed to with our dogs again. That sounds good? Okay. I can't hear you, but I can assume we all want the same thing, right? Okay, what you're going to learn today, the hidden reason behind why your dog's misbehaving. And I throw myself in the bus with you guys on this. The expensive training collars, the videos, the classes, right? But yet we're still frustrated and our dog's still not listening. So we want to talk about how to create calm and consistency at home, even when we have busy schedules. You don't need long hours of training. It needs to become a lifestyle. You do go to training classes to kind of clean the human aspect of the training up. The dogs are easy. The teenagers, not so much. But we're going to make this easy for you and turn it into a lifestyle. And we're also going to teach you, if you happen to have lost a trust with your dog, how to rebuild that trust. And it's very doable. And connection so your dog listens naturally. Your dog loves you, adores you. They're just confused. Honest to God, that's all it is. They're just confused. So, we're going to show you how to rebuild trust and connection so your dog listens naturally. We're going to teach you how to do this together through clarity, consistency, and follow through. How's that sound? Okay, how many of you know dogs have the emotional mindset of a 2 to 3 year old child? We send them adult signals. You should hear some of the stuff I hear clients say. They're like reading them a passage out of a book to get them to sit. It's like, no, 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 just one time. Dogs deal with their emotions just like we do. They have joy, fear, anger, affection. They process them just like we do. Okay, imagine this. Think of this scenario. You have this beautiful child. You send them to pre-K, then you send them to kindergarten, then you send them to first grade, right? What if you just, okay, hey, that's 3 years of education. I'm just going to stop right there. They're good now. The world is their oyster. That doesn't work so well, does it? They're going to hit a ceiling and they're going to forget everything they learned. It's the same thing with your dog. Your dog is desperately trying to figure out what the heck we're saying, and more with our body language and our smells than what we're saying with our mouth. So, teaching your new member of the family or old member of the family how to communicate clearly eliminates chaos faster than anything else, because your dog is like, oh my gosh, I finally know what she's trying or he's trying to tell me. And why does this matter so much? 7 in 10 families experience stress or conflicts because of dog behavior. All right. I'm sure all of us, if we have a dog, I don't even have to ask. No doubt you have had arguments with your partner or your spouse or your kids over the dog. The dog is in a lot of arguments. I thought you were going to walk the dog. I'm finding poop when I come home and it's not from me, right? We've all been there. We are right there with you. How we do one thing is how we do everything. Think of yourself. You're a business person. You're crushing it at work, right? You're such a leader at work. You have your whole day filled with appointments. Guess what? When you come home, you're in that same line of thought. You're rushed, you're loud, your dogs are reacting to you, your kids are reacting to you. You need to slow down and be present when you come home. That's why this matters. And your dog is the biggest gift you will ever have. Your dog, I swear, is an angel, because your dog is going to teach you how to be patient, be present, and how to communicate. Your dog's not the problem. Your dog is bringing you the opportunity to bring your family together and eliminate the chaos. Who else could do it except the dog? That's what I say. Okay, I'm going to be fully transparent here, and nobody shares with this with my husband, but this is a true story. So, I don't know, a month or two ago, we take our dogs out. A couple of them we have to take out on a leash because they're hunters, right? They have that black line around their eyes, and if they see a squirrel or a rabbit or a possum, it's over that quick. So I have a no-kill zone in my backyard. So these two are on a leash. The other two are free. They don't care. Everyone's their friend. So for 20 years, I tell my husband, we have a Bloodhound Mastiff mix. He's like 85 pounds. Choke up on the leash so you have better leverage. If I don't say it every day, I say it every other day. He never does. So one night, sure enough, a little critter runs across our deck just as we're walking out. And I swear, I thought my husband was going to lose his arm, or his arm was going to be broken. And between us, my husband's this fabulous musician, and he would not be able to play if he hurt his arm. But that's not it. I love him dearly, and I don't want to see him get hurt. But when you see a member of your family about to face plant, I reacted. I screamed, "What are you doing?" It wasn't pretty, and I'm not proud of it, but I screamed. I reacted. And one of our dogs, all of my dogs are rescues, but this one particular dog, I joke about her, but seriously, I love her like my own. She is mine, but it scared the tone of my voice scared her so bad that it took days for her to get back to normal. It was awful, and I felt awful. My husband and I were fine 10 minutes later, right? I'm so sorry. But anyhow, so if it can happen to me, gosh, of course it's happening to you guys. We all have those days, right? But you need to understand what affects our dogs and how it affects them. So I just wanted to be transparent. Why now? Dogs mirror our energy. My sweet little brown dog felt my energy, and it wasn't good energy. So it freaked her out and made her skittish for a few days. So dogs, they're mirroring our energy. They're smelling our biology, right? Every day you wait, those neural pathways are getting more and more embedded, not just in your dogs, but in us too. How we communicate with others, besides your dogs, other human animals as well. Are we reacting? Are we being calm? How are we presenting our energy? The sooner we can recalibrate as a family, as a group, as a partner, whatever, the sooner you can break these lifelong patterns. Shelters are full of great dogs who simply needed guidance. And rehoming, I cannot tell, every week, several times a day, I get calls from someone calling me to rehome a dog. And I'm at about 50-50 right now with talking to the person or offering training to get them to keep the dog, opposed to bringing the dog to the shelter. But I'm telling you, rehoming a dog, that trauma never leaves you, never leaves you. Learn to focus and be present when you're home with your family, your kids, your partner, your pets. Show gratitude. I'm so grateful you guys are all here and that you care so much to be here. That's huge. Not everybody does. You guys do, and I can't thank you enough. And here's another thing, and it's really important. You can't pour from an empty cup. I tell my staff this all the time. I'm constantly trying to get my staff to fill their cup or help them to fill their cup, because they do so much when they're at work at Walks and Wags. They're helping these dogs, they're training these dogs. They need to be balanced and be present and be focused with your dog. So it's important that their cup is filled. So if you come home, you haven't eaten all day, you just work 12 hours, you might not be the best person to handle the dog that particular evening. Maybe you can text ahead of time to your wife and say, hey, look, my patience is thin tonight. I just want to go straight to the sofa, and I don't want to engage much with the dog if he's being reactive or whatever. Maybe he's not the right person to walk the dog that particular day. Take that day off. Okay. Why are you even listening to me, and why are you getting information from me? All right, I've been doing this for 27 years. I've really been obsessed with this my entire life, but I didn't realize it until like the past 10 years. Like, I've done this my whole life. So this is my 20th year in Mobile, Alabama, and I'm so grateful to Mobile, Alabama, because I'm a refugee from New Orleans from Katrina. But Alan and I were putting the pen to the paper, trying to figure out, like, how many dogs have we helped during that time? And so we just rounded it up, because it could be more than this, but over 5,000 families we have helped balance their dogs, give their dog the best life possible, and their companions the best life possible. My philosophy is it has to come from love. It has to come from love. And it's grounded in science also. Love and structure. That's what I'm all about. And that equals a non-chaotic, calm home. And when we meet their emotional needs, whether it's our dogs or our kids or our partners, the home becomes peaceful. Also, in case you want to know, I am the host and founder of a podcast called Social Dog. I've been doing it since 2018. I've had Mark Beckoff on, who is Jane Goodall's partner for 30 something years out in the jungle, Clive Davis. I've had amazing guests. And every guest I talk to, I learned something new. And I pass it on to you guys. So let's talk about this picture here, right? Communicating calm. I love this picture here, and I love these people here, the dog and the human. So, dogs don't understand words. I mean, we can teach them commands, right? But they're constantly reading our energy. and her energy speaks louder than words. Calm communication transforms chaos, and that is so important. Calm communication transforms chaos. So let's talk about what's the dog reading in this photo. See, the dog is looking up at the his daddy. He's she's just focused. Her name is Holly, by the way. She's a rescue found on the side of the road somewhere off a highway in Alabama somewhere. But she's focused on her dad. You don't think there's forklifts going around, there's people going around. There are so many distractions. Even other dogs were there. But this girl is focused on her dad. Now, if you look behind his left knee, you'll see the leash. The leash is a U. That's meaning there is no tension on that leash. She is relaxed and she's not worried about what's going on around her because her dad is a leader. Now, let's look at the dad. He's not running like he's late to catch a plane, he's walking like a CEO. He's calm. His shoulders are down. He's confident and he's walking forward. He's looking forward. He is her leader. That is a beautiful picture. That's what we all want to go for. What are we wrong? As I mentioned, I did earlier, yelling. I cannot tell you how many times we've had clients come down or clients are stopping by or whatever, and they just yell, sit, 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 maybe 20, 30 times for the dog to sit. And the dog is like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. You only have to say it one time, just one time. Or we can send mixed signals. Maybe we're not using one word for a command, it's too complicated, right? And dogs are reading our body language. Maybe we're saying one thing out of our mouth, but we're doing all this hand gesturing. If you're Italian, that dog's really confused because they're reading our body language, right? So we want to treat the symptoms, stop the jumping instead of root causes of anxiety and confusion. Now, what does that mean? Stopping the jumping. This is something that people, I'm going to tell you a story about that, I think, in a couple minutes from now. But a lot of the stuff we do, we're asking the dog to jump more, as an example, right? Or maybe the problem is the dog has anxiety. Maybe there's bad weather outside, right? You come home and the dog is like this manic jumping all over you. You're not expecting that. You react. So you can see the scenario, how it can play out just with life happening to all of us. So being aware is important. I'm going to take a sip before this one. I'm not mentioning any names or anything. So I do animal communication. I've been doing it for years. And just stay with me if you're a skeptic. That's okay. And every year I'm getting better and better. It's something I'm really passionate about. I communicate with them via telepathy. I can look at a photo, get grounded, and I'll pick up stuff from them. So the other day, I asked this gentleman of a dog if he was happy. And every time I read it, I really get choked up and teary-eyed. I'm going to try not to do that now, okay? So this is what the gentleman told me. He says, my human has soft eyes, a soft heart, and a soft touch. Too soft at times. I know how to get what I want. Why is this statement so freaking amazing to me? And I've heard it said in different ways from dogs, but not so blatantly as this guy. This dog is admitting to manipulating his companion. But I want to also add, as soon as he tells me that, he says he gets warm and fuzzy feelings about a human. He makes me smile. Your dog loves you, but love without leadership equals chaos. And that's my point here. I can love my son as much as possible, but if I don't give him a boundary and a deadline or chores, hey, you got to wash your clothes, we're going to have some chaos going on at my house. So then there's something else I want to share with you about this gentleman. Then the dog said something, again, I've heard many times, but I want to share it with you because it has to do with keeping your home calm. Sometimes I look more confident than I am about life. Sometimes I do feel like I have to put on a brave face when on the inside I'm fearful and anxious about things. There are days I just want to hide under the covers. I'm a good boy, though, and I'm trying my best. Holy cow. Wow. Wow. So think of my dog that I just scared the heck out of her, right? She's putting on a brave face. I'm coming out to go to the bathroom and I'm yelling at my husband, right? She's losing it because I'm yelling at him. Like we aren't aware of what we're doing in the moment at times, is what I don't think anyone goes out intentionally to make their dog fearful. And some dogs, when we adopt them, they're already fearful, like my little Stella baby I'm talking about. But here, or let's say I'm talking about the CEO that comes home just wiped out, tired, has no patience, out of gas. That's a accident looking to happen, right? So dogs need us to be calm, confident leaders. They don't need us to pretend to be brave, and we don't want them to pretend to be brave. We want to truly lead so they can finally be a dog and just love us like they do. Okay, here's Sweet Sierra, who's in the chat if anybody has any questions. We want to mirror calm energy. You know those 3 breaths I took right before we got started? Before I start just about anything, I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. Especially, I'm so passionate about this, I can do this. But if I was talking about anything else, I'd be a nervous wreck. So maybe take 3 deep breaths before you go take your dog on a walk. Or if you work from home and you're on Zooms and you're hollering and screaming on the Zooms, maybe you need to take a few breaths before your meeting on Zoom, right? The dog is going to help us calm our energy, which will help us calm their energy. Be consistent. Being consistent is everything. Cues and timing. And that's where our team is amazing at, cleaning up the humans' cues and the timing, picking one word for a command. Then, when they're calm, reward them. Not when they're being crazy, ignore them. Excited dog gets nothing until they're calm, and a calm dog, they get everything, everything. Calm energy plus consistent cues plus rewarding the right behavior transforms everybody. You might want to take a picture of this slide if you haven't. I'll leave it there a second. Okay. A family who thought their dog was stubborn changed their tone and timing within a week, and the jumping stopped. So, I had one story in line, and like 10 of them just came into my head just now. So I'll just pick any one. Like I said in the beginning, jumping is the easiest thing to get your dog to stop doing. Okay. Dogs aren't being defiant. They're just confused. They're just confused. So, in the one particular case that I'm thinking of, it's a boxer. And the boxer, every time they came home, the dog was jumping and pounding on everybody, right? Knocking the kids over, knocking grandma over. One person had to get a knee replacement because their dog knocked them down. So within a week, they came, they signed up. They're like, whatever you got to do. Within a week, we got the jump and the stop. And it was simple through dog body language. We can teach this technique, and it's literally within a week, and it's the biggest thing people complain about, but literally it's a technique. You're not kneeing the dog, you're not doing anything but loving the dog. But when the dog jumps on you, and dog language, if you shuffle your feet and walk towards your dog, you're telling your dog through your body language, I want you out of my space. And the dog understands that. But what happens when a dog jumps on us, our initial reaction or reflex is to back up. Like, whoa, quit. And we just keep backing up. And dog language, if you're here with another dog and you're backing up, you're telling that dog, come here, come here. So you can see why your dog just keeps coming at you. But if you were calm, you don't even have to say anything. Shuffle your feet. You can hold your hands up and just walk into your dog. Your dog is going to start backing up. And what would be the next natural thing to do? Ask your dog to sit. And once your dog sits, then like Gordon Ramsay delivering treats, you just adore them and shower them like that's what I want. Ah, I get nothing when I jump, but when I sit, look what happened, right? Okay, we're going to get honest for a second. And again, judge free zone. It's just for awareness. I'd like you to put in the chat from 1 to 10. Let's rate your calmness. If you're a 1, you're yelling at the clouds. If you're a 10, you're a dog whisperer and you're taking over the rest of the webinar. If most people, I'm not going to, just on average, are around a 4. Let's take a minute and go ahead, and if you would, just put in the chat where you feel you are. Okay, let's see what we got. Thank you, Miss Beverly. A 4. Okay, Gary, that's. I like it, Danette. Gary, okay. Wow. Gwen, good job. Bethany, Marianne. Yeah. Natalie, might be good to put your no knee in the chest at all. Just shuffling your feet. All right. Okay. All right. That was great. And those were some good numbers. And Gwen, wow, you're amazing. All right. Let's go to the next one here. Give me a minute. Okay. Uh-oh. My slides are not moving now. What did I do wrong? Because I'm on the wrong window. My bad. Okay, here we go. Now, the next thing I'd like you to put in is what emotion do you think your dog feels most of the time in the chat? S if it's stressed, E for excitement, which means your dog is just bouncing up and down all the time. Is your dog looking at you, cocking their head like, I don't have a clue what you say? Or a C for my dog is calm. Well, you guys are fast. Darby. Let's see a lot of E's. A lot of E's. Samson loves your husband. Is that what's happening? Okay. And E went outside, calm inside. Good. They can be like that. See, most days. Oh, that's awesome. I know how hard you work, Miss Beverly. I see, Sierra. Okay. Kobe does no wrong. Just saying. An E for Jennifer. F for Danette. No. Danette has a deaf, beautiful baby. She's just gorgeous. Okay. So we have a lot of excited dogs. We have some calm dogs. We have a good mix. All right. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. So it's good to acknowledge where we're at right now, right? Have awareness. Okay. So let's talk about creating consistency at home. Either you're training your dog or your dog is training you. And this happens 24/7. Maybe except that's not true. When you're sleeping and your dog's sleeping, they're not training you. But when you're both awake, it's a battle. Who's training who? And as I mentioned in the beginning, a lot of people go to like a 6-week training class and think it's one and done and that's it for the rest of the dog's life. No. That is not how it goes. It's a lifestyle. You're constantly training until they have it down, and then you're reinforcing it as you go through life. Start thinking life lessons. So here's an example. You're brewing coffee in the morning, if you're at my house. Have the dog practice to sit. Sit, I'll throw you a piece of whatever I'm having for breakfast across the floor, on the floor, or have them stay while you go get a healthy treat for them. That's a great place to practice. And it teaches them to control themselves, have self control. The doorbell, good gravy. Every time that doorbell goes off, it's a training opportunity. Not chaos and a torpedo bolting out the door. Train when there's nobody there, or have a friend come over and hit the doorbell and you can train them to place. Dinner prep. Oh, this is my pet peeve for sure. When I'm cooking dinner, nothing I hate more than having hairy speed bumps in my kitchen. So I have wood floors in my house, but I don't know what kind of floors are in the kitchen. They're something different than wood. And so the dogs know they cannot come into the kitchen while mom's in there cooking. Now, if dad's in there cooking, that might be different. But mom's in there, you're not coming in here while I'm cooking. But I'm just trying to give you an example of how you can do this while you're functioning and doing things you're doing anyhow at the same time. Why consistency matters. This is so important. When every family member reinforces or enforces the same role, Your dog knows what to expect. Your dog knows what trust looks like. Your dog checks in with you, like we saw Holly at the Lowe's or wherever that was. Instead of your dog making decisions, your dog is checking in with you. It's another good slide. Confusion creates anxiety. Consistency, practicing with your dog every day while you make that coffee, make it a game with your dog. That's why you got a dog in the first place, for it to be part of your family, not for it to be locked away somewhere because you can't take care of it. I had a thing pop up on there. Sorry about that. Okay. So trust makes everything easier, and your dog wants to trust you. Just prove you're trustworthy. Common mistakes. Each person has their own roles. Your husband, your kid, yourself, you're all giving the dog a different command for the same thing. Or maybe you can get on the sofa. The VIP lounge of every house, in case you didn't know, is your sofa. So is he allowed on? Is he allowed not on? That's something you need to determine. Training never stops after the class, and rewarding bad behavior with attention. So let's just say the rule in your house is no dogs on the sofa, right? So the dog jumps on the sofa. The first thing you do is you yell at the dog. You just gave the dog attention. Negative attention, positive attention, it doesn't matter. It's still attention. They'll take what they can get, but it confuses the dog. So the first thing we want you to do after tonight is have a meeting with your family, a 5-minute meeting. We're going to pick one command. We're going to pick one word, and everyone that lives under your roof is going to use that one command with your dog and follow that rule. You've got to get everyone on the same page. Other than that, you're just spinning your wheels and wasting your time. So decide the family rules. Is the dog allowed on the sofa or not? Where's the dog going to eat? Who's going to walk the dog? When are we walking the dog? How we're going to walk the dog? Create small wins. You don't have to get it all down at the same time. A little bit every day, a little bit every day. The same words, the same loving tone. Involve everyone, the whole family. You're a pack. You're the dog's pack. The whole family needs to be on board. More home examples. I don't know about your dogs, but my dogs love kale like it's crack or something. So whatever your dog loves, have a little jar of it near the coffee maker in the morning. The couch rule we just talked about. Okay. Be consistent. The TV rule. You should have a mat or a veranda bed or a climb or a bed, something in your TV room that when your family goes in there to watch a movie, whatever, your dog knows that all the good things happen when he lays on that bed. That's where all the good stuff comes. Treats come there, love comes there. That is his place, unless you want to let him on the sofa. Okay, here's a good one. Excuse me. This dog came to our daycare. Beautiful dog, loving dog. He played so rough. You're like, oh my God, this dog, like no other dog wanted to play with him. They're like, we don't know where he came from, but he's a little rough. Body slamming, lunging, pinning dog. Like, no, we do not do, we have rules here of proper play etiquette. So what was happening was this. The husband was coming home. It's a young couple. It's their first dog. It's like the baby before the real baby, right? So the mom, loving, doting, doing everything by the book, cooking for like she's on her game. Husband comes home from work. Oh, I want to play with my boy. And so he's getting down on the floor and he's wrestling with the dog. He's playing like a man and he's wrestling. The dog is flipping him over. He's flipping the dog over. So all of a sudden, the dog gets a little too overstimulated and bites the man. Uh-oh. Now what has happened? They have taught the dog to play rough. So before that, we're like, this dog needs a little training before it can comes to daycare. We don't know where he learned this or whatever, but this is what's going on. Nah, we don't need it. Then the bite came. Then they came back. Okay, maybe we do have a problem here. The wife was so calm and consistent working with the dog, but it didn't matter if the other half of the household was just playing too crazy with the dog. I hope that makes sense and gets the point across. Okay, we're going to have another quick exercise, truth time, no judgment here. Who in your house is the softie that your dog listens to the least? Every family has one. I have one. And it's not me. I'm just going to say that. But it's real important to acknowledge this. Put it in the chat if you want. If the other person isn't here, or you can, it doesn't matter. And then one thing I do want you to put in the chat is what is the one rule you're going to do differently when you go home tonight or when you get home, or if you're home, what is one thing, one rule you can change to make your house calmer? And I'm going to beg you guys to have a 5-minute meeting with your family and pick just one command. And everybody in the entire family has to agree that this one word is the command before moving forward. And this is where the change begins. Okay, bear with me here a minute. I'm going to check and see how we're doing in the chat. Okay. We all do. All right. Okay, great. And you know, you're acknowledging it. You're acknowledging it. So, my next question is this. Put in the chat, what's the one rule that you're going to do? What are you going to do different after this webinar? And then I want you to take a picture of it. And that's going to be your commitment to yourself, what you're going to do. I mean, you're not sitting here watching this for entertainment. You want to have a better life with your companion there. So I'm going to go on to the third and last part here, which is building confidence and connection. Confidence grows when structure and affection meet. Fear-based corrections destroy trust. When you're yelling at your dog, screaming, whatever, the dog's like, forget this. Now he's not even listening to you. You want to have calm confidence, not frustrated defeat. Be a teacher, not a prison warden. Dogs crave clear direction and emotional safety. You're their hero. Like that picture of Holly and her dad. She was so confident because she knows her dad has her back. Balanced leadership builds patient, confident dogs. From reactive to responsive, from anxious to assured, pushy to patient, demanding to trusting, from putting on a brave face to genuinely being relaxed. And hey, we're guilty. We all make mistakes. Over coddling an anxious dog. This is like a biggie. You see a dog shaking, right? Maybe there's a thunderstorm, and you pick them up. You just encourage that behavior. Avoiding, I don't want my dog to go out and meet other dogs until they're at least a year old. That's like keeping your child home until they're like 7 or 8 years old. They are going to be very unsocial and awkward. Punishing a nervous dog instead of guiding and leading them in the direction you want them to go. Guide them to the right behavior. Don't punish them. Here's something real important too. Leaving toddlers unsupervised. When you have a baby, an infant, it's in a bed. You always hear people, "Oh, my dog loves the baby. He protects the baby. Didn't let anybody get near the baby." This is true. A dog knows a baby. But once once your baby is standing and is eye to eye with the dog, now you have a different situation. Now, in the dog's brain, its DNA, this person is a threat. Remember, dogs are watching body language. Toddlers, they stare, they pull, they jump on, they sit on. That's why you hear so many toddlers getting bitten, or I even hate to use the word, but killed by dogs because we're not supervising them. They should never, you need to teach your kid, never put your face in a dog's face. A toddler should always stay at least arm's length away. Always, always, always. I can't emphasize this enough. Okay, lead calmly is what you need to do. Reward courage. If your dog's scared, and you put a little tiny pieces of cheese to that fire hydrant they're so afraid of, it might take a minute or two longer, but once they get to that fire hydrant, they are comfortable. Create gradual exposures. Turn corrections into connections. Bring each session begin each session with being calm, breathing, and have your intention. Every interaction is a deposit in the trust bank, and small steps make big changes. Okay, I'm gonna share this real quick because I know I'm taking too long. We have a dog in a class, and it's actually in my training class, where he was so overstimulated, it was hard to even get through the class. So we started doing deep breathing for like the first 5 minutes of class. The dog settled and was able to work, and everybody else was able to work. So, just real quick, mirror neurons. Dog brains literally mirror our emotional states. So, if you're stressed, your dog is stressed. Your calm breathing, when you're sitting there and your dog is off the chain and you sit there and you're holding the leash, do that breathing, because your breathing is going to regulate their nervous system. That's science. Dogs can smell cortisol, the stress hormone. So if you're stressed, you're literally broadcasting your anxiety to your dog. Same principle as a parent with a crying baby. And if you look in your dog's eyes, their heart rate will sync to your heart rate. And I think that is just so cool. They're not reading your mind, they're reading your biology. Okay, I'm going to skip this exercise just to save some time. But think of a time that your dog was super brave and they were amazing. Then think, when your dog does this amazing thing, Where were you? Were you calm? Were you calm? Were you relaxed? Were you connected? I guarantee you, if you think about this, and this is so important, please do it. You're going to find that you were in a different emotional state. Okay. This is what we learned today: how to communicate calm, how to create consistency, how to build connections. Remember, structure, affection equals a confident dog. Your dog wants to trust you. Remember the confession. Change happens with accountability and support. You do love your dog, but it gets stressful. I mean, both members, husband, wife, usually are working. It's crazy. Both of you working. You have kids. You got to get them to school on time. It can get pretty chaotic, but the more you get consistent with your dog, he's going to bring a calmness and bring your family together calmly. It's going to save your sanity. Okay. So what happens is, as you let things go, neural pathways get embedded even deeper. Stress gets more. We've had clients divorce over their dog. We have clients that they split custody over their dog. I could go on and on. This is real life examples, and I don't want that to happen to you. Your dog doesn't want that to happen to you. It can get better. Okay. Give me 1 second here to fix my slides. Okay. All right. Let me tell you the vision. Close your eyes for a minute and imagine coming home from work. You walk in the door and there's your dog just sitting there, not jumping on you, not being crazy, just sitting there waiting for you to put your stuff away to give you some love. Or imagine holiday and you have family coming over and they're bringing food and you got gifts everywhere and you ask the dog, buddy, will you go to your place? And he just calmly, okay, walks right over there. Maybe you throw him a Kong or something. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how life with the dog is. This is how it is at my house most of the time when I'm not losing it with my husband over holding the leash wrong. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about a program we're going to start immediately to help through the holidays and start the new year right. It's a 30-day calm family, taking chaos to calm. We're going to take a small group of families who want peace at home and are ready to work with their dog. The whole family has to be aligned and centered on this, or we don't want you in the program. Whoop, went too fast. We need families that are aligned. They're all on the same page. And we need families that are going to go home tonight and get that one word and get that commitment for a better life with your dog. Companions willing to show up, ask for help, and stay consistent. It's the consistency, right? And our dogs want this. Our dogs want structure. They want to know what's going to happen at what time and who's going to do it. It's not take a screenshot of this if you want, but this is what we do not want. We don't want anybody looking for a quick fix. If your family's not on board, it's not going to work. You're going to have problems. I've got 2 trainers in the chat. If you have any questions, if you want to debate every suggestion, well, I heard, this is a better way. That is a better way. You're not our person. My dog is different, special, untrainable. They all are loving, sentient beings. We love them all. If you're committed to being the victim of your dog, and that's the thing, we don't want you. more interested in being right than getting the results. This is not for you. The loving truth, I emphasize loving, is you need to go all in. And it's not forever. I mean, the lifestyle is there, and you would that's why you got a dog. You love dogs. You want your kids to grow up with dogs. If you're older like me, it keeps you moving, keeps you walking. They're just gifts from heaven, no doubt about it. What are you going to get out of it? You're going to have a calmer, more confident dog within 30 days. A simple home routine everyone can follow. You have us, me, Alan, Sierra. You have a trusted coach. You have this community here. Generational change from one program. And what I mean from that is you're going to be teaching your children how to communicate with not just a dog, with anybody in their life. Be calm. Don't rush. Be present. So, how it's going to work is you're going to get a 1 hour personalized assessment. We're going to make sure that we put you in the right group. You're going to have 2 classes here at a training center with hands on coaching, working with you, cleaning up commands, cleaning up body language. We're going to have a home routine. You can laminate it if you're fancy, like Alan, and put it on your refrigerator. We're going to have a private WhatsApp group where if, my dog just pulled me down, I'm so frustrated, we're that 911 call for you when you're just frustrated and you need to reach out. And a progress review to keep the momentum. We know what it takes. We've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing it for 27 years. It's not all that complicated, but you need support. It's hard to do on your own. Again, you get the private 101, the peaceful home checklist, and the private support group. Look how cute those dogs are. Oh my God. Here's our guarantee. If you do the work and you don't see progress, we'll work with you for another month, the same program at no additional cost. We have had a 100% success rate for families who complete the program, who don't miss classes, who do the homework. This is what they want. They don't want to give up on their families. So there is zero risk for committed families. I'm taking all of the risk because it means so much to me that your dog stays in the home and doesn't end up in a shelter because you're frustrated. I want to talk just real quick. Breeze. Breeze is one of the dogs that come to our daycare. Breeze started with us when she was about 1 year old. The dog was a horrible puller. My staff could hardly walk the dog to the mom's car. The mom signed up for training. She was consistent. She never missed a class. She did her homework. You could tell every week when she returned, there was improvement. There was improvement. The dog can loosely walk like nobody. He's amazing, amazing dog, beautiful golden. A great bonded couple. Tucker, a 3-legged dog. People picked him up from off the side of the road. The dog, you could hear him coming to training from Azalea. He was barking at anything that moved. Long story short, he just got his AKC Good Citizen certificate ribbon badge last week from Sierra. And Sammy, who was scared of strangers, just scared of everything. The mom took her time with the dog, brought the dog to training, worked with her, never misses training, consistent, works at home, works here. The dog is doing great now, and they're a beautiful couple. So we've got 50 spots for this program. And we're not going to do this program again until springtime, but it is something that means a lot to us, and we love to do it. Remember the dog's confession. I put a brave face on when I'm anxious. Stop making your dog carry your stress because that's exactly what they're doing. And if that's the case, then you are living in chaos. And so that's like having a hole in your energy bucket, right? You may be going to work and have X amount of goals, but you can't meet your goals because you can't get your vibration up to meet your goals because you're so frustrated from your home life. We can stop that for you. You can enroll now. Um, Click on that button, or I think Max has something in the chat if you're interested in joining. This is our FAQs. I just blew through that because I'm keeping you here late. And in closing, I just want to say I'm really grateful that you joined us tonight. I hope you got a lot of great information out of tonight. I want your home to look like this picture right here. I'm going to share one more thing. I have a son from another mother that lived with me for quite some time. And he's now moved. He's off in college and graduated. And now he just moved in with a new roommate. The new roommate brought a puppy Rottweiler home. And he's like, you know, Cindy, it's not like at your house. Like most days, I walk out of my room and I step in dog shit. Stuff is tore up everywhere. He's like, but when I lived there, the dogs are members of the family. They lay down and watch TV with us. We train them, as we're doing random things around the house. Like they're part of our life. I would like that for you as well. So if you have any questions, I'm going to stay if you're interested and answer any questions for you. So there you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're not interested, that's fine. If you are, I'm here for you. And Maxine is okay. So do we have any questions? Where are the classes? They're going to meet Jane at our training center, which is off Azalea Road. It's not at the daycare. Yes, we do adore that, Winston. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you coming so much. Marion, oh my gosh. Marion, you came. Marion just got a puppy. The cost of the class is $8.97. Okay, cool. Maxine, Darby, if you'll get with her for spring. Yes. So here's the deal. For tonight, we're going. So it's like half off. $8.97 is half the amount we normally charge. Thank you, Miss Beverly, so much. There's a Calendly link you can get with Maxine in the chat, Jane, and she can run all that down to you. But you can click on the link. She'll put it in the chat, and we could set up a time to talk. Let's see, Darby, Marion, $8.97. Mary, thank you, Mary. I answered Jane. Jackie. Thanks, Jackie. Okay. Let's see. I think I didn't do something. Oh, wait. Here we go. Yeah, I did mess up. Oh, boy. Okay, I think I got it fixed now. How's that, Max? That's per household. It would be per dog as well, Amanda. That sounds good, Jackie. Sure. Alan, will you get with Miss Jane on the times and stuff? I did, Max. Ah, okay. Look at there. Took a bit. So anyhow, okay. Anybody have any more questions? I finally clicked the right thing. Sorry. I was supposed to click this like 10 minutes ago. Tammy, I'm going to say probably beginning of April we're talking. I believe it is $8.97 per dog, Amanda. I don't know. We could get with Alan on that and double check with her. Yeah, absolutely. Tammy in April, beginning of April. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for caring about your dogs. But it goes through the whole family, right? We all need to be more present. Yeah. It's warmer then too, huh, Jackie? Thank you, Tammy. I believe it's per dog. I mean, maybe we could do something since it's the same household. Alan, I think we could do something and work with her on that. Whatever we can do to help her. If you'll just get with her and we'll figure something out for her. Maybe give her half price on the second dog. That would be okay. Yay, Darby. I'm so happy. That just made my day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. And I just admire your dog. Kevin's that boy. He's an amazing guy. Really is. What a gift. What an angel. Okay, Amanda. We'll work with you on some kind of level and get that worked out for you. But everyone deserves to have peace and calm at home, and especially you want to have it like that with the dog. Dogs just make everything better. Okay. All righty. Anybody else? Anybody else? Give it like 3 more minutes. Have a good night, Jackie. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We're going to keep doing them, Miss Beverly. Okay, that sounds great. I'm just so proud of you and your sweet boy. We'd love to have you. Thank you, Beverly. Got one more minute. One more minute. Darby, send it to me. And you have to take into consideration also, Darby, everything else that's going around, like where you're sitting, where is Kevin sitting, where's Winston at, what's going on. You both are watching a monitor. Like, try to, when you send the video, paint the picture of the set, the scene for us. Well, if you click on PayPal, Jane, there's a spot that'll pop up where you can put your credit card and just pay on credit card. So it's on the PayPal side, but it's on the credit card. You can use your credit card. I had someone do that earlier. Max, if you could help Jane with that, if you're finished with the other person. Hmm. Alan, can you get with Jane and put it in, like help her? Finley. Ah, okay. So if they're in the system, you could just go ahead and put it in, huh, Alan? It is Fred. So, Jane, I don't think you even need to do that. We can just run it through Ginger for you. And this would be great for you guys and Fred. Good night, Miss Beverly. We thank you so, so much. We got you, Jane. Thank you, Darby. Good night. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Winston. I love you so much. Peace and joy to you too. Love you guys too. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for caring. Alan, did you get Miss Jane taken care of? Good night, Tammy, and thank you. Thank you for caring. I hear you. I feel the same way, Kevin. Dang, today was brutal. But so you know, our training center is indoors and heated. Just saying. Well, looking forward to it, Kevin. Y'all are going to be great. Y'all are already great. Alan, did you get Miss Jane taken care of? Okay. Uh, Max, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. All righty. Thank you, everybody. If you're still there and can still hear me, oh, I'm seeing chat lighting up. Message. Bye, Sierra. Thank you. Good night, Max. Thank you. Good night, Alan. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Y'all are the best. I don't know how to end this. Let's see. And